Here, I'm going to be further discussing the scaling plan. Okay, I feel like this is something I get a lot of questions on, and a lot of people seem to not fully grasp because the numbers seem small, but they're really not. Okay, so first, those who don't know, in a lot of the videos, I've talked about just doing 0.5 to 1%. Okay, I've taken, I've obviously, now that I've been mentoring, my psychology and the way that I approach trading, I could do 0.5 and 1% and I was fine. A lot of other traders, now again, like I said, I've been mentoring, I've realized sometimes it's better to scale up. Like anything, it's like I scaled up my FTMO accounts from a 25 to a 50 to 100 to 200 to 400, etc. And then, scaling that. It's also better to scale your risk, okay? Not only because it makes it easier for you because it's slower and steady, but also psychology wise, I feel like it's much better. And the students that have actually applied this have gone on to get funded and have really, grown their accounts in a proper way without making emotional mistakes, right? So for those who don't know, you can find the scaling plan, go to the pinned messages of the main channel. So click up the top right hand corner, that little pinned messages, and right here, account risk management, you click jump, and it'll take you to the scaling plan of what I recommend. Now, again, you're more than welcome to trade how you want. This is definitely fucking effective, and it's gonna make it so much easy. But once I break down the numbers for you, you're gonna see that, first of all, it's guaranteed to pass you, okay? Like, it's just so easy. I'm just gonna cover that, okay? So here it is. So for an account that is at 0%, below 0%, so let's say you get a 100K account and you take a loss. If you're in drawdown, I suggest doing 0.25%, okay? If you're at 0% to 5%, I recommend doing 0.5%. If you're at 5% to 10% profit in your account, I recommend doing 0.75. And if you're at 10% or more, I recommend doing obviously 1% risk. Okay, so let me just go back here to here. So I've even taken it a step further to make it even more conservative. Let's assume you have an account at 0, okay? So at 0, which technically you're meant to be doing, as per the plan, you're meant to be doing 0.5%. I said start off doing 0.25. This is, again, being super conservative. You guys know I like to be extra conservative when I explain things because I want to account for the worst case scenario, messy markets, some mistakes, whatever it is. That way, I'm not trying to pump you guys up with fake numbers that you don't believe you can obtain, whereas this you can. So assuming, let's say you have a 100K account, all right, assuming 10 RR per week, which is fucking simple. Okay, we average 18 to 20 per week as a monthly average. When you break it down to weekly, we average 18 to 20 per week. Okay, week 1, you do 1 to 10 with a 0.25% risk. You make 2.5%. Week 2, this accounts for any losses as well. It's just a total of 10 RR gains. Let's say you take 2 losses, then you get a 1 to 12, whatever it is, 2.5% gain. Week 2, because you're up 2.5%, we're now doing 0.5%. Even though you don't need to do, you're meant to be doing 0.5 here. As I said, I was being extra conservative. So now you're up 2.5%. So you're like, cool, I feel comfortable. I'm gonna do 0.5%. 1 to 10, or for the week, that's now 5%. So now your account is up 7.5% because 5 plus 2.5. Week 3, you're you're up 7.5%. So as per the scaling plan, once you're up 5 to 10%, you can do 0.75, right? So now you're up 7.5. So again, week 3, 10 RR times 0.75% risk, you're now up 7.5%, all right? Then because you're well over that 10% buffer that you need to do 1%, you're up at like 15%, I would give or take. Week 4, 10%, so 10 RR times 1% risk is 10%. Over 4 weeks, guys, that's 25%. Okay, now let's say you have a funded account. 25% of 100K is 25K. 25% of 200K is 50K. 300K account, 25%, 75K. 400K account, 100K profit. Okay, starting off doing 0.25, then 0.5. Now, obviously, this is assuming you're making 10 RR a week. Sometimes you might have 1 week where you do 20, the next week you do 10. I get it, but once you reach 5%, then you go to 0.75%. Once you reach 10%, then you do 1%. You might even be able to do this within a week or even within 2 weeks. But nevertheless, over 4 weeks, this is stupidly attainable. And this doesn't just apply to, obviously, funded accounts. This is how I suggest you start off with challenges. You have 30 days to do it. That's 4 weeks. There's no excuse, okay? Especially when we're averaging 18 to 20%, if not more, per week. It's ridiculous. All you have to do is just get 1 or 2 nice trades and keep your risk management on point. So again, less is more, especially when it comes to risk, okay? You know, slow and steady. The whole point is to focus on the skill set, and I want you guys focusing on RR, you know, and risk management. If you can get to a point where you're constantly catching 10, 15, 20 RR per week, then all it is a matter of managing your risk slowly and increasing it as your buffer increases. That way your profit increases while the skill set and the trades remain the same. So week 1, you're taking the same trade you're taking in week 4, and you're making 2.5% here, whereas here you're making 10%. But over the course of the 4 weeks, your account is growing slowly, and you're creating more of a safe buffer. So not only if you take 1 or 2 losses, it doesn't matter, right? But then if you know, psychology-wise as well, like you're taking a trade, and a lot of people, what they do is they take a trade and they go and draw it out, and then their only focus becomes on getting back in profit. I see it all the time, and that's not what you want to be doing. You want to be focusing on making money, not chasing back to break even. So this is what I suggest you guys do. I mean, the numbers speak for itself. Even if you were to cut this in half and do 5 RR per week, guys, like, again, ridiculous profit, okay? So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm going to be uploading this to your student portal and within the mentorship program as well, along with the advanced course. So this is very, very important. If you guys have any questions, let me know.